Previously on Kingdom Hearts HD, the stone holds some mysterious power. I've been carrying it for luck. How do you use it? I love how Leon just doesn't know crap. He's like, here's this mysterious stone. I'm sure it'll be useful. How is it useful? And now a new episode.
There you are. What's going on?
Riku!
Hey, cut it out.
I'm not dreaming this time. Right?
I hope not. Took forever to find you.
Riku! Wait a second, where's Kairi?
Isn't she with you? Well, don't worry. I'm sure she made it off the island too. We're finally free. Hey, she might even be looking for us now. We'll all be together again soon. Don't worry. Just leave everything to me. I know this...
Leave it to who?
Sora, what did you...
I've been looking for you, and Kairi too, with their help.
Who are they?
We visited so many places and worlds, looking for you.
Really? Well, what do you know? I never would have guessed.
Oh, and guess what? Sora's the Keyblade Master.
Who was a Sonic?
What's that mean?
So, this is called a Keyblade?
Huh? Hey, give it back!
Catch.
Whoa. Okay, so you're coming with us, right? We've got this awesome rocket. Wait till you see it.
No, he can't come.
What?
Forget it.
Oh, come on. He's my friend.
I don't care.
Huh? He's gone.
Riku? Nice going. Oh well. At least he's okay. And who knows? Maybe we'll run into Kairi soon too.
Wow, interesting. So, Riku, we've already found. Who was expecting that, right? Kind of crazy. Anyways, hey, what's up, everybody? This is Blinkk, welcoming you back to another episode of Kingdom Hearts HD. In the last episode, we did a bunch of stuff, including sealing the keyhole of this world. And in this episode, it is time to go see Sid before we head out of Traverse Town. What? Sid? He lives in the 3rd district. Okay. By the way, this is the guy who's going to be running the accessory shop the rest of the game, because Sid is going to be somewhere else. So now let's go find Sid at his house in the 3rd district, which I believe is in the vacant house, I want to say. I'm not positive about that. I want to say it's in that vacant house that we were in that one time, and I was like, oh yeah, this is for something else way later. Blah, 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 blah. I don't even know. Okay, let's go on here to the 3rd district, which is where we just were, by the way. Who knows why? I'm just being dumb. Here he is. What's up, Sid? You guys ever heard of Maleficent? I hear she's in town. Who is she? A witch, man. She's a witch. She's the reason this town is full of Heartless. Don't take her lightly. She's been using the Heartless for years. We lost our world thanks to her. One day, a swarm of Heartless took over our world. That was 9 years ago. I got out of that mess and came here with these guys. That's awful. Our ruler was a wise man named Ansem. He dedicated his life to studying the Heartless. His report should tell us how to get rid of the Heartless. Where's this report? We don't know. It got scattered when our world was destroyed. I'm sure Maleficent's got most of the pages.
You see, it's just as I told you. While you toiled away trying to find your dear friend, he quite simply replaced you with some new companions. Evidently, now he values them far more than he does you. You're better off without that wretched boy. Now think no more of him and come with me. I'll help you find what you're searching for.
So, you delivered that book? That navigation gummy's installed and ready to go. You find another one, just bring it to me. I threw in a warp gummy for the heck of it. Yes! Yes, that's so nice. Warp gummy is so awesome. I'll explain it in just a minute, but first we gotta go visit Sid in the first district because there's something I want to show off before we leave Traverse Town. But, holy crap. Okay, so, alright. Warp gummy. Basically, what it is that, you know how every time we've wanted to go somewhere in the gummy ship, we've had to fly there manually. We've had to go back through the same obstacle course, shoot the same enemies, do the same crap every single time. Well, with the warp gummy, if we've been to that world before, we can simply warp there. We don't have to wait and fly along. We don't have to do anything manually. We just hit the button and boom, bam, we are there. And that's still currently closed off. Crap. Hey, now that was quick. Now, you know, I'm in the gummy block business. Working on your gummy ship sure was great. Come again and I'll give you a big discount. Nice. Special giveaway. Sweet. So if we talk to him, we can give him the navigation gummy we got for beating the opposite armor. So we got to find the mate to that one. Okay. Now we can finally shop. And let's take a look at what he's got. He's got a lot of really good gummy ship pieces. Scan G, Haste G. Okay, so, all right. I want to sell now. Actually, I don't want to do that. Okay, sorry about being like silent for a second. I was thinking, okay, so after thinking about this, we can also go to the gummy menu by talking to Sid rather than having to go to space. And by doing so, we can finally build our gummy ship. So, I think in this episode, we are going to go ahead and get started building this gummy ship. Okay, so I've just spent the last forever and a half building my gummy ship, and so I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys. First off, I need to go ahead and fill you in on a couple of things. If you are wanting to build a gummy ship, a couple of things to keep in mind. This is my gummy ship, by the way. Very beautiful and incredibly ugly, but functional, you gotta admit. It's got 2 cannons, got some wings, got 3 engines. To get 3 engines on there, I had to buy the COM 2, the computer level 2 from Sid. It was 500 money. It's what you need in order to build bigger ships, basically. So this is my ship. It's got the highest level of defensive blocks. Those are the purple things. It's got 2 guns, got some wings, got a very powerful engine and 2 lesser powerful engines that'll help speed me up some. So I'm hoping that this is going to be helpful to me. as I am flying in my gummy ship. And speaking of flying in my gummy ship, there's a couple other things I want to do in this episode. First of all, we're going to be heading to the next world, of course, but I want to see you guys' gummy ship designs. Now, I know that YouTube has unfortunately taken away the ability to leave video responses, and that's really, really sucky because video responses would have been the best way to do this. However, what we're going to do... What the heck? I got a trophy? Oh, that must have been for stealing the keyhole, I guess. Well, might as well. Here's my PlayStation 3 menus, by the way. My trophy collection. Let's just sync all this trophy information, why don't we? You could send me a video that you've put up and have the title be something like... yeah, Ratchet & Clank. I've gotten, like, no trophies. I've been playing that for a while, though. 100% of trophies on Ni no Kuni, by the way. Ha, props. Anyways, this is completely off topic, but... let's go ahead and look at this right here. Okay. Okay. Clear final mix on beginner, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, I haven't gotten that. Okay. Okay, so where the bells toll, steal the keyhole in Traverse Town. So we've gotten a few trophies, not a whole lot. There's a lot of trophies that is in all of here. I got one for clearing a gummy ship mission and customizing a gummy ship, stuff like that. There's just some very basic trophies you can grab for different things in this game and in the other two games. But anyways, there's a tournament being held at the Coliseum. I hear there's a great reward for the winner. That's interesting. Now, we could maybe, you know, go and take care of that, couldn't we? And I think that we probably are going to do that, so I can show off the warp drive. Warp drive will be highlighted by default, and then we just zap ourselves over to that world. Pretty sick. So let's go ahead and give this tournament a try, why don't we? Okay, so let's take on the Phil Cup. Now, we have to take on the Phil Cup in order to progress. Holy crap, Donald, you rocked those Saggets. You just thundered it up, boy. Well done. Anyways, the thing here is that we are gonna have to take on all the cups eventually in order to 100% this world and so on and so forth. Now, in reality, we actually do not have to do literally every cup. There are some cups that are unlocked after we have sealed the keyhole here in Olympus Coliseum, which are optional and that have some very tough bosses. Now, let's go ahead and get something out of the way here. I have not said yet in this Let's Play that I am going to be 100% in the game, and I have not said that I'm going to do all the Coliseum matches or the secret bosses or anything like that. However, while I am not going to promise that I'm going to complete all of that stuff, I am not opposed to showing that stuff off. So it is very possible that I'll show off and give a try or two to these bosses, but I may, depending on how I'm feeling at the end of the game, I may or may not actually follow through and completely defeat them. And the reason for that is just quite simply, it's very difficult. And my memories of taking on Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2 are kind of in the back of my mind, kind of keeping me from really, really wanting to go after all these secret bosses, because some of them are ridiculously hard. Now, I know that you guys are probably going to want me to beat all of the bosses, and there is some great stuff you can get for doing so, but I'm just going to leave it open-ended for now, and I'm just going to say I have not promised and will not promise anything when it comes to that. What I'm going to say is quite simply that I am open to showing them off, but as far as whether I'm actually going to beat them or not, I'm not going to make any promises. So we'll just kind of leave it at that for now.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
There we go. He finally said it. That's the power of the Keyblade. Gotta love it. It's hilarious to me, actually. Okay, now these power wilds do not go down nearly as easily as soldiers do when it comes to thunder, but they do go down they're not too hard to bring down nonetheless. I mean, they only take a few thunders, whereas soldiers, at least in Donald, are you down already? Holy crap, buddy. At least in Wonderland, they went down very quickly, but as you may be able to tell, I believe the opposite armor is actually the boss of this. No, actually, no, come to think of it, it's not. We're just having to fight bits and pieces of opposite armor throughout this tournament, so dang. Oh, nicely done, Donald. I was about to use my own potion, but whatever. I'll take that. Anyways, I'm not going to be showing off all of the tournaments in their entirety. I do intend to at least do all the tournaments required to seal the keyhole here. I do plan to do that. But as far as, you know, doing the secret bosses, like I said, I don't plan necessarily on doing that. So just a heads up, because I know I was getting some questions about that in the comments, and I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time, well ahead of time, because it's going to be a while before we get to that stuff. That's what I'm thinking. So anyways, you want to get rid of these green guys first for sure, because otherwise they're going to be healing the large body. Screw you. Greenie, I hate you. Greenie, where are you at, Greenie? Potion? Where's the green? Is he dead? I guess he got killed. Okay, I can dig it. Anyways, I'm not going to be showing off these tournaments in full, especially considering that the tournaments are the best way, pretty much actually the best way to grind, especially later on in the game. There are some tournaments that are really great for doing a lot of grinding, and so if I'm doing level grinding, I'm not going to be showing that off, but I will show off like the finales of these tournaments, but this is the only one I really intend to show off in full, just because they get very, very repetitive. They're not all that fun to watch. I mean, they're fine to play through and all that, but it's just not all that fun to watch somebody just go through wave after wave of enemies. It's not all that entertaining. There's not a lot really going on. So I think that after this tournament here, the Phil Cup, I'm not going to be showing off the full tournament. So just a heads up there as well. There's a lot of heads ups going on in this episode and a lot of stuff like that, but this is a very miscellaneous episode. This is just kind of between stuff. We're kind of at a little bit of a crossroads, just a very tiny bit of a crossroads as far as the story in this game goes. We've met up with, crap, man. Let's use that Mega Potion, get those guys up. You know, we've kind of gotten to a bit of a crossroads with the story. We're about to start into some new stuff, kind of more of the main part of the game, really, because we've been playing the main part of the game, but there's sort of that moment when you kind of cross over and you're really into the real stuff. You know what I mean? It kind of happens in a lot of games where you've been doing the smaller stuff, the beginning stuff, and then you kind of cross over into the major stuff in the game, the kind of the real flow. That's about where we're getting in this part of the game, now that we're crossing over and now that we've finished all the worlds that we've finished. So now we are basically taking on the rest of the opposite armor we did not take on yet, and it is fortunately not too horribly hard. It's not as powerful as it was in Traverse Town. At least it doesn't appear to be. Yeah, it's definitely not. It doesn't have nearly as much health as it did there, which is really nice because it's not going to be as much of a challenge to bring this thing down. Get out of here. There we go. And it doesn't give off too bad of an amount of HP either, so that's pretty nice. And is that it? I think so. Yeah, there we go. We finished up the Phil Cup. Very nice.
We're the champs!
Attain the power of stars. Got gravity. I never thought you'd do it. Not bad. Phil, you're just as stubborn as ever. Don't pretend you're not happy for them. Ahem. Now, kid, you still got a long way to go. The next round's starting soon. Next time, it'll be the real thing. Yeah, whatever, Phil. Now, a couple things I want to talk about really quickly. The rules right, Phil Cup. Now, there are 3 versions, as far as I'm aware, of every tournament. There's a version, which is kind of the vanilla version, where you go in with all 3 of your party members and you kind of take everybody out. Then there's one where you play solo as Sora. It's far harder because you really can't rely on your teammates to do anything for you, especially healing. And then I think once you beat that, you unlock a timed mode. And there are rewards for all of those. Now, if you want 100% the game, you got to do all of it. Like I said, though, I don't know what I will or will not do. It's really going to be based on how I'm feeling about it as I'm going through. If I do any of that solo or timed stuff, it'll be off screen. I promise you that, though. Well, I don't promise that, but most likely it'll be off screen and I'll just show off the rewards because it's some pretty tough stuff, and it will probably be much better, worth the time to kind of have that be off screen, like I was talking about earlier. So, in this episode, we kind of got a lot of miscellaneous stuff done. We didn't really get to a whole lot of core stuff, I guess, but, we got a lot done. We got to show off the gummy ship stuff, and we made it here and fought another tournament, and we're doing pretty good. So, in the next episode of Kingdom Hearts HD, we are going to be going through this warp hole and seeing what happens next. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Blinkk signing out. Keep your spirits up and your HP high.